My start with UView was at my very first UView meeting my freshman year. I showed up and I think I went with my roommate at the time, who you'll see in the show. We went to the UView meeting and signed up for everything that I could because I wanted to get involved and I wanted to do things. And really, the rest is history. I started with the Pioneer sideline. I went on air my first week that I could. I reported on the rugby team because I was doing that for the Globe. And I did the Case of the Week, debuted Trevor Sheets and Phil Kapoor. We all made our debuts on the same show. And then I did Daybreak. I did a lot of sports on Daybreak my freshman year. And from there, I just did anything that anyone asked me to, really.
All right, so in 2014, Josh Krupp and I were roommates. We were just randomly put together, but we knew we were both broadcasting majors, and our roommate right next to us, her name was Justine. We all talked about us being in the broadcast program, and we got the email for UView having a meeting coming up soon. It's like the first meeting of the year. And I remember talking to some of them. I think it was like Aubrey and Zach at like the little fair they have at the beginning of the year. So we showed up and met, a bunch of people, and I was just like, I wanted to do TV broadcasting. I was originally more on like the journalism side, but I was here as a broadcast reporting major. So I was like, all right, we got to go to UView, get set up. I signed up for every show just because I wanted to know what was going on.
And whenever I got the email from UView saying like, hey, we're this group of students that love television and love doing a bunch of different shows, why don't you come and visit us? It was like, oh, these are my people, this is great.
I came from acting at a school in Chicago. I had a conservatory, and I switched over to journalism because I was really interested in still telling stories, but in a different way. And I came to tour, and they showed me the studio here, and on the TV outside, when they still played old clips, which don't know why I'm doing now, but when they still played old clips outside the studio, I saw Mike Turk on the TV, like looking so professional, and I don't know what he was reading, but I went to high school with Mike Turk, and I was like, man, Turk's here, and I was like, if Turk can do this, like I can do it too. And I was like, and if he's here, like I know it's fun, because he was always such like a fun person. We did theater together actually, so I was like, okay, I have to check this out. So I went to the first UView meeting, and Aubrey's show definitely appealed to me the most because I love pop culture and it's something I'm comfortable talking about. So she was so friendly and so nice right away, and I was so scared. I was so scared of everyone. And I just kind of like jumped in, and at first it was scary, but like now I can't imagine not having been here, so.
Far and away, election night 2016 is my best UView memory. We had not only all of UView together, but we had WPPJ and the Globe all working together that night for a 5.5-hour broadcast on the TV side. The radio station did stuff, the newspaper. As soon as I was done anchoring and producing the show, we went up and put a newspaper together. So that night as a whole is one of the best nights of my college career, just because of how insane it was and how many people we were able to bring together. And you only get to do an election night for a presidential election once in your college career. And so many friendships were made that night, and so many friendships were strengthened, and we were able to come together and show that a lot of college students can really work hard to put something great together. That was live, and it was a fantastic experience.
I feel every year is something different, and I will probably just like name through them, because I remember in 2014, it was the Daybreak Christmas episode, and there was a lot of seniors graduating that semester. And because Chris Hoffman and Kelsey Metzger, they're about to get married, by the way. But they were hosting Daybreak, and it was so funny because the seniors who weren't graduating until the spring, they put like a musical number and everything, and they danced, and I was just like, what is going on? I barely knew these people anyways, because I got more closer with the people who graduated in the spring rather than the fall. But that was a funny time. And then even we would have like this one rapper that was here that was so funny.
Alex and I really liked journalism, news-based shows. So evening news shows, more or less. And I really enjoy all the shows that UView has to offer, but none of them were fulfilling that like interest of news stories, newscasts in the evening. So Alex and I took up News Night, and we developed it from the ground up, and it went through a couple different variations whenever we were first starting. But the very beginning of it was really fun for us because we traveled out to a couple different locations, and we did interviews from people all over the state when we were chasing this large story about the state system faculty strike. And I think that's what I was looking for, and that's what I fell in love with about journalism and broadcasting. It's like chasing after a story to find an answer.
Well, I got to go to the inauguration as part of the media team from Point Park. And it wasn't specifically a UView thing, but it was definitely one of my favorite things I've done with people that I met here at UView. It was like being part of history, and also just like, it just felt like real journalism in a way. And it was really memorable, and I'm always gonna remember that.
I think what people don't realize is how hard that we all work. I think we all get sucked in, oh, we're working harder than them, we're all working hard on what we do. Because there's so much that goes in here, and I remember as an underclassman, you don't really think how much goes into the process. You just kind of show up, you crew, or you show up and go on camera, and that's it. But what I've realized is I didn't realize how hard everyone was working to put these shows together every week. Putting the rundowns, getting the scripts, doing the graphics, and all that. It's such a process to put together, but we put it together every week. We have it awesome, and I think since then, they did a great job then, but I think we brought it even further, and I'm excited to see where it goes after we leave. It's weird.
My advice to any present and future students is always going to be the same. It's to get involved and get heavily involved everywhere. You're more likely to enjoy your time on a college campus whenever you're involved, and you're going to find friends for life whenever you're involved in a club, an organization.
At UView, if I've learned anything over 4 years, it's that when you leave here, it's never a goodbye. We always come back to visit. The alumni are always back here. It's like we can't get rid of some of them. It's like they're always here. So although we may be moving on and going other places, we're always just a phone call or a text away. We'll always come back and visit. Don't treat us like strangers whenever we're out of here, because when we come here, we feel like we're home, just like everybody does. So this has been home for us for 4 years. It always will be home. And whenever we come back to Spokane with open arms, like we were welcomed whenever we came here our freshman year.
All right. So UView is definitely a fun place to be. It's somewhere that you can learn. It's a good environment for everyone actually to just jump in and do it. This is TV broadcasting, and I had the best 4 years here, and I know that time is running out as we're leaving in a couple weeks, or we're about to leave next week, I guess. But just jump in. UView is great. You have so much opportunity to do a lot of things you don't even know. There's a lot of things that are at UView now that was completely unheard of 3 years ago when I started. You wouldn't have seen motion graphics. You wouldn't have seen live election shows. You wouldn't see live USG debates. You would have not seen any of that. They had USG debates, but not in the manner that we do it now. So I'd definitely just build on what we have, because we built it, but take it further, because we know that you guys can take it further than we have now.
UView, am I talking to UView as like general? UView, thank you for giving me friends in college and making my Point Park experience one that I will never forget. Please continue to grow and do more and more amazing things after I'm gone, and I will miss you.
Over the past 3 years, I've enjoyed my time at UView. If you're watching this, you're probably at UView, and the saying is true that UView is for you.